If the internet was turned off tomorrow, would you be okay to move forward with the information that you have right now? Would you be able to assess incoming information properly if you didn't have the internet to refer back to whenever you need it? If UFOs started flying over your house tomorrow, would you know that they could be holograms, or that they could be real, or have you just not heard that information? Or if you have heard it, have you actually taken the information in, or have you fobbed it off as a conspiracy? Because that's a perfect example. If you just stick to your one lane and choose your information based on your beliefs or your family beliefs, and choose not to actually learn that information, if that turns out to happen, yeah, you were wrong, but you could also be compromised. Think about if something happened that you've never believed, but it happened right in front of you. And if you want to ground that, Melbourne was the most livable city in the world last year, and this year, not so much. And it's not about our perception of whether something is true or false. It's about knowing as many possible scenarios as possible, and not just feeding off of one place that resonates with your own beliefs. And it doesn't ever have to be proven true or false. This is where arguments start from, true or false. Two sides arguing over an end result. Instead of having multiple end results and finding new outcomes, it's a roadblock. It's an agenda when one side wins. Opinions don't matter anymore, people. Perspectives matter. Just know, if you can overcome your own biases and just take information simply as information, you can be comfortable knowing that if X happens, I will react X way. Now, I'm not versed in the Bible, I don't align with any religions, but I understand their perspectives, and each one pretty much points you to the same thing, and that's a story of self-enlightenment. It's perspectives recorded in whatever way for you to understand in your own way. But it's just been alienated over the years, but there's a reason things stay around for thousands of years. Especially when you think how temporary our current situation is and how quickly things can change. The Bible is easy enough to understand if you think about it and don't just fob it off as a fable. I'm not saying go read the Bible or anything. There's lots of easier ways for you to recognize your true self. It was written a couple thousand years ago. You don't think the grammar is befitting to the time period? You're reading the conscious thoughts of two enlightened men, the information they're receiving from their higher selves, and having to record that information using human knowledge. It's not about taking anything literally, it's about learning to actually think about the content rather than just to preach it, which is what it's turned into. It's imagination, but people think imagination refers to something fake or made up, but it's the exact opposite. You all know you have an imagination. I'm not telling you anything new, but you just don't know the true extent of what you're capable of yet. And I just want to spark that light up for you. It's so worth the journey. Your imagination is your power. It's your connection to your higher self. Where does that information come from? Your imagination, where does that come from? Not from past learnings, not from your identity. It's your gift, it's your creative power. It's your potential. And you can see how we've all been steered well away from using our potential when you recognize where your true potential lies. Now, we get put in a box and made to fit the criteria. We get lists of options to follow from a young age, and where's the progress? It's like they've got less industries to choose from now, and they're just making more subcategories within the remaining ones. It's like it's going to end up like a know your place and stay in it situation, and we just keep changing to fit, reacting. Creativity is turned into accessorizing, following the trend. So if you want help to make sense of it a bit, me talking to you right now, it's well out of the comfort zone of my identity. But my identity isn't me. I'm just drowning my identity out to talk to you right now, because I'm not experiencing any past tensions that may have made me doubt myself, or future anxieties about what hasn't happened yet. I'm just here speaking to you because right now it felt like the right time to do so. That's it. And I followed that feeling, my path of least resistance, and here we are. So it's not up to my identity to tell me how to approach this. I feel good, and my identity doesn't want that. It wants me to stress about something, stress out about something, to remind me that it's still there. It wants me to doubt myself, because if I doubt myself, I'll never reach my full potential. But if I choose to address that emotion and recognize that it's my identity creating that for me, then it becomes a learning, a fact. And I can now learn from that and approach it with a clear mind, with no emotions from my identity. And it's literally about just integrating this way of understanding yourself into your daily life. Every single person has the ability to live through their higher self. Just don't let your beliefs get in the way.